better than that.
You are smart.
I'm not.
You're going to college. You're all.
Just because I'm going doesn't mean.
You are all educated and stuff.
Nah.
You're smart. Oh, yes, you are. You're very smart.
Not according to my last teacher.
You can't go by a single teacher. Because because you
she made me feel kind of stupid.
You get good professors and you get bad professors. And that's just how it is in life. I mean, that's just how it is. And it sucks when you do.
My statistics teacher was...
That was interesting. That was... I had never seen you wound... Well, not all of us, but it was in association maybe. And it was just one of those things. You were wound up so tight that if a fly landed on you, you would have disintegrated like a band of rubber bands.
Oh my gosh, that class almost killed me.
Yes.
I was so glad I passed that. I'm like, oh thank God, I'll have to take it again.
Holy cow, that was something.
Yeah. But this last one, man, I was like, I thought, I've just got this.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you were really comfortable in this class. You were like,
I was mistaken.
Oops.
Yeah.
Apparently your writing skills lack.
Yes, they do.
And I'm sorry, because you write much more intelligently than I. I will bring a technical writer to tears. I've done it. I've seen it.
Yeah, but I'm like you. I write like I talk.
Yes, and that is absolutely the wrong way to do it.
Has apparently made a woman with a PhD
think that they know so much more.
So, she has a higher level of education,
which in a lot of things has its merits. In other ones, you know what, not so much.
It doesn't make her any smarter than me, but
I. I'm gonna get Tourette's. Anyways, I got coffee.
However, I have my kitty cup.
I have my doggy cat cup because you took my other one.
What? I have my kitty cup.
By the way, hey folks, welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast patron pre-show. Welcome so much. And of course, you're catching us right in the middle of our normal...
I didn't take anything.
Oh yeah.
What did I take?
Our discourse that we go through. My Big Boss cup suddenly...
You used it last night.
Yes, but it's also disappeared.
It's in the dishwasher, friend.
Oh, okay, that may be. Well, it was interesting because I got all my, if you've listened to past pre-shows, I got all my stuff from Michigan that's been sitting up there for 8 years.
And I know you talked about it last time.
And I know we did talk about it on the Geocaching Podcast.
Yes,
and it was like...
I know you did.
Yes. And
I didn't hear it, and I know you did.
And so I'm opening up this box that had a lot of my... in the past, coffee mugs. If you're in IT, you have coffee mugs of the yin yang.
If you are human and work,
yes,
as an adult.
But for IT, and especially people that are in the consulting biz, every company you join, hey, congratulations, welcome to the club. Here's a coffee mug.
Yeah, really.
So, plus I had a lot back when I was a manager and supervisor and a lot of other ones. So I've got this giant coffee cup that says Big Boss on it.
I said, oh, good, look, my coffee cup is here.
Yes, and that's how it went.
He went,
So I chucked it off to that same list where the T-shirts go and comfortable clothes go and where ballpoint pens go. I don't understand it. I just know it is suddenly all your personal stuff goes into the kitty. And it's like...
I only take your shirts.
Shirts.
And now the Big Boss cup.
And other things.
That's it.
I guarantee when winter comes around, it's more more than just that.
That hoodie's mine.
Wow. So we want to welcome you to the pre-show. We have got some fantastic news tonight. Matter of fact, it was so good that
we talked about it all the way home.
We did. It is so good and so I don't want to say completely exclusive because I don't know how much has actually been spread about this, and we're not even going to talk about it in the pre-show. We're saving it for the
big time.
For the big time. But let's just say,
I don't know why I said that, but
it was good. It was accurate.
And you copied me.
And I did. Yes, it's one of those nights that we're both drinking coffee. You're on your own. I'm just saying.
And we almost match. Not really.
I did notice.
Match.
I did notice she is electric blue and I am dark purple, which in a sense is pretty much the same thing.
No, it's not.
Okay. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you are. We don't match.
Tweedledee, Tweedledee. That's just how it is. So anyways, what was we talking about? We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a really good announcement.
I was in my own little world like I always am.
Yeah, and it's been one of those things where the announcement was so cool, and it was brought into this, and we'll talk about it during the show, that we literally took everything that we were going to talk about tonight and just chucked it into next week. Which is great because it makes writing the show for next week so much easier. It's already written.
He didn't have to call me and say, hey, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, what do you feel like talking about? Really, I want your opinion. I don't know. Okay, yeah, here we go. Now
This is what I'm reading when he asks me this.
She's throwing the college card. Yeah. Dynamics of conflict resolution.
That's what I'm reading when he says, what do you want to talk about on the show? I'm like,
so you pay.
You got some principles.
You spend $60 and you just talk to the two people and hand one of them a club. It was that simple.
No, actually, that book was only $36.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's
bad. Yeah, as opposed to the millions that go into the other books.
As opposed to like usually the $150 for one book.
Yes, absolutely. Anywho, so that's where we're.
Shelf and collects dust.
Yes. But yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff. We have to put a shout out because I know that that Mark Downing, who's a friend of the show, he is also the host of the Old Beat podcast.
I have to move my coffee over here.
And also my other friend, Colin
French.
French. They're both from the UK. Colin French, of course, is the main host for the UK Geocaching podcast. So we're all podcasters. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because it is just way beyond weird.
Well,
but Colin actually...
We don't want to offend anyone.
We don't wish to offend anyone, but this is in the pre-show, and only people that get the pre-show are patrons.
Oh, my God.
Or people that listen to the video and watch the video, which is a lot of people. Anyways, we're going to keep this PG. Needless to say, Colin actually did, and I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of Colin.
Uh-huh.
He started,
and
Mark, they're gonna. It sounds like they're actually trying to start their own podcast.
Yeah.
That's geocaching based, but they're doing it together.
Yes.
Now the interesting thing, and by the way, if you hear thunder, we have a bunch of thunderstorms coming through. I'm hoping the power stays because this is going to be a good show. They're both very British.
Well,
yeah, I hope I didn't.
They live in the UK.
They live in the UK, and they're British, and
we like them anyway.
We love them. They're great. I've been friends with both of them for quite a while. They get a couple of pints in them, and
I don't know who had what. But, oh my God! I almost wet myself on the way home.
Let's just say loose lips. And very expressive, and like a sailor.
No.
Oh, I've heard Mark go off.
Yeah, but not the one we were listening to.
No, and so, anyways, Colin Colin did a pre-podcast, so that they're kind of getting their
like a pilot version.
Yeah, a pilot version of the podcast. Yeah. They're doing a Google Hangout, and they're doing their best to go through and just get their feet wet with it because they're not used to like we are with you fine folks. Uh-huh. And so, yeah, they kind of got into things, and let's just say, without getting into too much detail, I came up in the conversation a lot.
It was absolutely freaking
hilarious.
Laughed
my katookus off. It was amazingly funny. Has to deal with adult information and situations. And that's all I'm going to say because we're a family-friendly show. But yeah, I'm going to find it, and I'm going to get a link to it so that if you want to get a chance to hear them really.
Colin and Mark are wetting themselves right now.
They are going to have a great time with this show. But they really.
It's going to be an awesome show.
They're going to have it rated Q or something.
No. You're not that
Either
bad.
that or it's going to be bleep, 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 bleep,
no.
bleep, bleep, bleep.
They didn't curse one time.
You know, I don't think they really did.
No, they did not at all.
They did bring up adult conversation, though.
They're adults.
Yes, they are.
They converse.
Yes, and they did, and it was funny as heck. And I
hilarious.
am a good sport about a lot of things, and this is one of them. I mean, it's just funny as heck. And so I'm going to get the link, and we'll talk more about it. But yeah, it was interesting. It really was.
It was not interesting. It was hysterical.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wet myself.
So I wish them the best.
Colin and Mark, if you're listening, I cannot wait to hear your show.
Yes.
Whatever you end up calling it.
Yes.
And
we will promote it as well because we love you guys and we think that
hopefully
you're great.
it won't be what you decided on that pilot thing.
Yeah. And if so, Colin, I could be a special guest if you want. I'm just saying.
He's already talking about conditioning.
And the people are going, what are they talking about? I don't understand. Why is he stroking his beard? I don't understand.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was funny.
Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts. Okay.
Yes, and so we've got a ton of good stuff. We got people in the chat room bringing up stuff, and yes, that is the discussion for tonight, Taz.
Yep.
We're not going to say much more right now in the pre-show. We're saving the whole thing because we literally scrapped everything we were going to talk about tonight into this news break. And I don't think anybody else has gotten out the information about this. So do us a favor if you would. We are literally saying geocachers everywhere need to know about this. It's a huge, in my opinion, historic type thing. And this is something you're going to want to tell through your social networks, your Twitters, your Facebooks, your Google Pluses, your Pinterest, however you get out and communicate with the world. Let them know about coming checking out episode 70. What are we in? 8.
What are we on?
We are in episode 78.
Wow.
And let them know to check this out. And if they want to come and see us live, come to www.geosnippits.com and go into our viewing area where it says GS Podcast and click on that and come see us live. And we've got some interesting, great news. This is, in my opinion, this is historic. This is something
It
that
actually says GS Reboot.
Does it actually say GS Reboot? Yes, it does. Yep, click on the GS Reboot Podcast menu link up there, and there's a couple other spots on the website that immediately takes you to the viewing room as well. Check it out. It's going to be worth it tonight. And again, I hear thunder in the background, so this is going to be interesting. But yes, that's the other thing that we were talking about was we are in episode 78. That means we are quickly approaching episode 100. Yes. And what we're going to want to know from you fine folks is, what do you want to see? You know, what special stuff would you like for episode 100? Let us know. You know, send into gsreboot@gmail.com and let us know what you would like to have happen for episode 100. And that, that gives us a few months for us to have that happen. But, we might as well prepare now, and especially if it's something that's going to take extensive work digging through the videos, we'll need to do that, because I know we're going to have at least a blooper reel, and if not a remember the years, because we've been doing this almost 2 years now. Yep. We'll have to have a special guest. Yeah, we'll have to have a special guest, and I think you all know who that is, and if you don't, you will. So we're going to see about that and get confirmation for that, and it's going to be fun. I mean, I can't believe we're already going to be going into triple digits for episodes. Yeah, maybe before the end of the year. Yeah, it'll be, we got 20 shows, so 5 months, give or take. Oh, well. Yeah, so September, October, November, December, January. Right in that January, February timeline. That's why I didn't. Well, it's one of those things we're gonna need to know, because that way, if we do have to do extensive work to build this into it, we'll have to do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. See what's going on at that time. Yep, and go from there. Yep, cool stuff. We've got some interesting plans coming up. That's the other thing, and that's what, next week? Yes. That we're going to be doing some stuff, and this is going to be interesting. What were a couple of the highlights that we were going to do? Do you remember? We are going to do some geo art. Yes. Actually, and one of the points is actually a where I go. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because it's the North Carolina Star, if I remember
Yes.
right.
And one of the points is a Wherigo, so we're going to be doing that. And the 5 of the highest favorite points.
5 of the geocaches with the most favorite points in North Carolina.
In North Carolina. Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it really is.
We're going to be doing that for a couple of days.
Yep, that's cool stuff. And yes, that's thunder. We have.
Honey, they may not hear it.
Well, if I can hear it, usually they can. If you're wondering what the rumbling is, it's not my stomach. It is. We got some thunderstorms coming through, and hopefully the power will stay on. I don't want to jinx ourselves, but if for some silly reason that the power does go out, we will immediately hook back in and go from there. But hopefully things will be cool. Let's see. And as Taz gave us some good information, had to check 15.8 weeks till Christmas.
So it's not a Christmas show.
No, won't be a Christmas show, but so we got quite a few. Yeah, we got 20 weeks to go.
It'll be in like February, March.
Yeah, February.
Maybe it can be my birthday.
That might be nice. And it's right in the first part of the year.
He knows when my birthday is.
Yeah, I do too. It's March 15th.
Yes.
See, I didn't even have to check out my smartphone or my PDA. It is ingrained into my little brain on her name. That's the thing when you go dating. They tell you got to remember her birthday, you got to remember the color of her eyes, you got to remember her middle name, and that gets you.
Favorite color.
And her favorite color, purple.
Okay.
All right. So yes, I know all this stuff after a year. Well, we've been together for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years in November. Marriage, heaven and bliss. And that's my story. I'm staying with it. It's good stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. They say thunder is barely noticeable. Good. Because you can hear it rocking here every couple ones going through. So
we're here, that's why.
Location. Wow. So geocaching wise, we got a lot of stuff we're doing, and it's funny because we have met up with, if you haven't, and we're going to talk about this in the show too for a little bit, if you haven't had a chance to go to HeadHardHat's YouTube channel and seeing the latest vlog, which deals with
the one where Colin said, and what was that accent you had?
the British guy goes, what accent was that? I don't get it. We did the monkey puzzle cache failure is what it is.
That was a big old.
Oh my goodness! This would have given Amy a first to find. This would have been both our first monkey caches. We were so excited. We went like literally about a quarter of a mile into deep brush woods, North Carolina woods, mosquito infested. I don't know if you can see on the arms, but
they don't.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And we got eaten up, and we wore repellent too, and it was still very thick, very wet woods in 90-degree weather.
It was nice.
Oh, it was glorious. And here's this big honking monkey cache sitting in a tree.
Big honking.
Honking.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
I like that.
And so four grown adults for well over a half hour going nuts trying to figure this monkey cache out. And I know why they call it a monkey cache.
Yeah.
Because you look like a monkey shaking on this thing when you're going nuts with it. And needless to say, the fail part tells what the end result was. But it was a great chance to actually show people what a monkey cache is and how it works and how crazily frustrating it can be for people when the darn key won't come out. Just saying.
Yeah, that was really frustrating, especially when we looked at the log later and found out that somebody went right after us and got the first one. I'm like, really?
Yes.
We had 4 grown adults out there trying to get it.
We had a lady who had
back in there and does it, gets the thing, and...
I kind of look at it like we loosen the top of the jar of the peanut butter. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because...
See, and I look at it like a slot machine.
And somebody finally pulled that lever.
I actually had this happen in Vegas one time, and I almost knocked that old woman over for that money because I literally sat there for, I don't know, half an hour pulling that stupid thing.
Uh-huh.
And then I got up, and I was like, man, I'm going to quit. And I got up. She sat down, pulled the thing, and the thing went off. And I thought, you know what? That's my stinking money. Get up.
It does happen.
I did not beat the old woman up.
Thank you. That's kind. But what is interesting is that somebody else made a comment after watching the video and said, you know what would really be evil? If you have the persons out there going for the monkey cache, trying to get the key out of the monkey cache, and actually having the key up on one of the branches near the tree that it's actually in. That would be... I would give them such a pinch. Because, that's evil.
Now you sound like a grandmother.
Do I?
Mm.
I give you such a pinch. I think that came out of Bugs Bunny. So I'm allowed. That actually came out of a Bugs Bunny cartoon, so I'm allowed. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it's a great video. So be sure to check out the HeadHardHat YouTube channel and check out.
Watched it.
Oh, that's awesome! Thank you. And check out.
Like Marvin too?
Huh?
Can you sound like Marvin too? The Martian?
The Space Modulator.
Yes. Him.
Yes. Marvin the Martian. I used to love that. I grew up. You know, that's one of the things that we talked about
No, you didn't.
Over time. Not necessarily with you, but with people in conversation, is I grew up in my era. Now I'm going to be showing my age. I grew up with the Three Stooges. I grew up with the Little Rascals. Mm-hmm. I grew up with Bugs Bunny, mm-hmm. and, of course, Roadrunner and mm-hmm. Coyote. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I think I turned out pretty much okay.
You said you grew up.
Well, okay, take that with a grain of salt. But
I loved Marvin. He was my favorite.
Yes.
He's my favorite.
And what was his dog's name?
I don't remember.
I don't either. I think it was Max, but that I might confuse that with the Scrooge. So one of those. We'll have to look that up. What was the dog's name with Marvin the Marcher? Okay, that's cool. But yes, I love that.
Talk amongst yourselves.
And you know, it's one of those things that I found out that, you know what, anvils, if they really do drop on somebody's head's going to hurt, so don't do that. I grew up...
K9.
K9 yes. Was the name. Very cool. And I grew up that if you take your fingers and poke it in somebody else's eyes, that really hurts, so don't do that for real. It's fake. And yet today, nowadays, I think parents would literally just throw up if they saw their kids watching Stooges or something like that. It's a shame. It really is. Because it was funny stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that why you did it?
That's why I did it. Good stuff. I love Curly Joe. I grew up, you know, he was my favorite. They killed the poor man. Absolutely killed him with all the stunts that he did. But... That's how it goes. But yeah, that's the difference between the era back then and now.
My uncle used to watch cartoons with me.
Yes? What kind? What did you watch when you were a little kid?
Bugs Bunny.
That was it?
Roadrunner and all them. Yeah, Marvin.
I actually remember going to the matinees at the theater, and they would actually do the cartoons before the show. Mm-hmm. I remember drive-thrus or drive-ins. Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, honey, we have drive-thrus
Drive-thrus all the time. They don't want you to stop and watch the movie there. They get a little upset.
People start honking
They start honking at you. But drive-ins.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. The rusty swing sets of death that they had down by the main screen that the kids were allowed to play on, mm-hmm. that had hunks of steel and glass. And go play over there, Jimmy. You'll be fine. That's where we grew up, man. We grew up tough. Just pull that piece of metal out of your skin and move on. Go skip. Come on, this is fun.
There was a playground across the street from our house where I grew up, the first house I grew up in.
Right.
And I lived in. And there was a playground across the street with this ditch that, oh my God, it was, I know, 10 feet deep. I mean, they built a playground next to that.
Oh, sure.
So yeah,
Got to have the kids fall somewhere.
Yeah, go play, you know.
Yeah, but that's what it was back
Greg
then.
actually slid into it.
I mean, you had those slides that turned to molten temperatures in the sun.
Ted said his 12-year-old watched Jackass.
Oh, there you go. We have our heroes.
Okay.
But that's how it is. All right, folks, we got about 4 more minutes from the pre-show, and this is why you come to the pre-show. We come in and we test things out, and we make sure everything's running and working okay, and then we start the actual show. So it's the show before the show. And if you want to get the audio version of the pre-show, be sure to become a patron and select the pre-show selection for rewards, and you will get each and every week the audio version of our pre-shows, along with our actual shows that we do each and every week as well. So good stuff. We have a lot of good fun coming for you. Great show coming in, because we have an announcement that, as far as I know, nobody else has put this out yet. I have actually talked with the people that are involved with this over the weekend today. And we are so excited that we literally took everything that we were going to talk about today and put it into next week's show so that we could dedicate it to this really, really cool upcoming event. So this is going to be something really you're going to want. I want to talk so much about it. It's killing me. So
but you can talk so much just in general, so it's okay.
And they're like, yeah, we know. But it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Pink Voyager's in the chat room. Hey, how you doing, Pink? Good stuff tonight, folks. We also, before we get into the show in about 3 minutes or so, we have a really interesting prize tonight that will be for episode 78 for the geocaching stash, the cache dash. This is cool. I'm gonna let you show. See, this is why you come to the pre-show, because you get to see stuff that other people
You're not showing anything. You are.
Okay. Well, yes, I am showing.
Yeah.
So basically, if you don't know, this is, I'm going to put this up. And if you can see it,
there you go.
Okay, this is a T-shirt. It's not going to be the T-shirt. This is actually my T-shirt because I'm an honorary member of the Dirtbag. How about this way? There we go. The Dirtbag Geocaching Society. Now the Dirtbags, and they're like, oh, what an interesting name, Dirtbags. Yes, the Dirtbag, the DGS, the Dirtbag Geocaching Society. I have known for many, many years now. I actually did some stuff with them back when I did Geocaching World. And Striza, who is a friend of mine, and I've known as well as one of the original founders of the DGS, and they are actually spreading all over the place. They've got little colonies of dirtbags.
There's little dirtbags everywhere.
Everywhere that form up. So they're actually growing their own group, which is cool. And they have a very, very interesting philosophy, which is micros suck. And they avoid micros. Matter of fact, they what they think, and I love their philosophy of this, is if you're going to take the time to put out a geocache, put out a memorable one, and make it worth it for somebody to come out and find it. So they make larger geocaches, and they make big geocaches, and they make very interesting placed geocaches. And so they tend to be, I guess the best way of putting it is they're kind of the bad boys of the geocaching world. And they sometimes do things that are controversial, but sometimes when you live on the edge, that's what happens. And some people like it, some people don't. I personally love them. They are a great group of guys. They are very dedicated to geocaching, and anything that adds a flavor to an activity and have that much influence in it, I say go for it. Go for it. If it's not hurting anybody and they're having fun and other people are appreciating it and having fun as well, go for it. And that's what and that's what the Dirtbag Geocaching Society does. And they have a lot of fun, and they do have a very odd sense of humor. There's one we got a couple of minutes before, we got literally a minute before the show starts. If you ever go to one of the major events and the Dirtbags are there, they will have a large stand with all their different things that they sell, and they have a large ammo box. And the ammo box has 2 spigots on it. And it's very simple. It says, go ahead, drink the Kool-Aid. And they literally give out free Kool-Aid. It's really cool. And, you know, people kind of go, that's the philosophy and the way that the dirtbags are. They're a fun-loving group, and you got to take it with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of fun. All right, enough talking. We got 8:20 now. We're about to start the show. This is going to be exciting, folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, and we hope that you enjoy it.
Got some new folks in the chat room.
We got new folks in the chat room, like who?
EDM showed up.
Welcome.
Tangent.
Excellent. We got Ping Voyager, we got Taz, we got all sorts of people. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Feel free, folks, to chat away. The chat room is a great way of, one, communicating with us while we're doing the show, and we'll pick up a lot. Amy is like the chat room hostess when it comes to the show itself. So if you've got stuff to say, bring it up, and Amy will bring in the attention to us in the show, and we'll talk about that as well. Feel free to talk to geocachers all around the world. This is literally, we have people from literally all around the world that either stay up late, get up early, or come right along with us, and we just love it. It's part of our GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast community. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, we got 8:30. You about ready? Mm-hmm. I am not going to turn on the overheads today because I think that's what messed with our camera last week. I'm not going to judge. Overlays, what did I say?
Overhead.
Whatever works. It's over. We're not going to use them tonight, folks, so we're going to kick right into the show. So sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, get your favorite snacks, get us up on the big TV or on your computer or on your smartphone, whatever works for you. We hope that you enjoy the show. Let's do this thing. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. That's interesting. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, where if you don't turn off that mute button, you don't get music through your soundboard.
You don't.
Tip 101 of podcasting. Turn off the mute button. It works better.
We're like, Beavis?
I'm like, I click it, and we got nothing, and I'm like, what? Oh, look at that little light that shouldn't be on. So welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I am your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and I'm here with the wonderful, the delightful, the wonderful wife, Amy. It's September 4th, 2014, and in the next hour or so, we are going to be bringing you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. And yeah, we got action in the air tonight, folks. I am so geeked, I can't tell you how cool this is. One, we both drank a double shot of coffee. So
I just had my one cup.
You just did your one cup? Yeah, but you see the size of her
like
cup?
This. Are you kidding me?
This is the size of the cups we've got. I'm just saying.
That's not my cup.
Okay.
I got my normal kitty cup.
Okay, so she's got her kitty cup, and I've got double shot of. I needed it. It's cool because we've got so much good stuff to talk to you about tonight.
He normally doesn't talk like this.
No, I actually slow down a little bit, but I'll probably crash about the time for the cash dash, so that'll be interesting. We were so excited about the announcement and the information we are about to present to you, and I don't think anybody else right now has this information available. And we will explain that in just a little bit. But we literally ditched everything that we were going to talk about tonight just so we could talk about this cool thing that we're about to tell you, which you got to wait a few more seconds. So hang on. Here we go. What we did for geocaching this week, I did a couple of lunchtime geocaches. And also, if you didn't get a chance, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go over to HeadHardHat's YouTube channel and then check out our latest vlog, which is our monkey puzzle geocache failure. Yes, believe it or not.
And at the end, it actually goes.
It literally goes and goes that way. We had
are geeked out.
4 grown adults in the middle, a quarter of a mile into the woods, swinging around like a bunch of baboons with a giant piece of PVC pipe that was decorated fluorescent orange. I mean, this sucker's visible, but you're a quarter mile into the woods.
You couldn't find it. You didn't need to be geocaching.
I'm telling you. And the 4 of us, one of us has a degree in physics.
Yes.
Another one that's working on her master's. 2 guys that are logic thinkers from IT.
And none of us could figure it out.
And none of us.
We needed a 5-year-old is what we needed.
That's what we needed. We needed that, that's like those pill bottles that you need that 5-year-old to open up for you because you can't do it.
Yeah.
Same situation with a geocache.
To bring my 2-year-old nephew with us.
We had a lot of fun. It's a cute video. It's only about 7 minutes long, but it's funny as heck. It really is to see these grown adults trying to get this key out of a monkey cache. And just by the name, you know what happens. But sometimes it's worth showing people what goes on with it.
Somebody said 3 grown adults and you.
Yes, that's true. We're talking mental strength.
That's awesome.
And yeah.
I love it.
That's all right. You're not the only ones to pick on me today, and we don't even want to go in that. Thank you, Mark from OB Podcast and Colin from UK Geocaching.
Contact me. I'll send you the link.
They lambasted me today.
Yeah, they didn't do that too.
No, it was funny. It really is good stuff, and we'll tell you later because this is a family show. Anyways, let's move on.
Our next patron hangout.
Yes.
Y'all want to be sure to come for that. Calm down. He's geeked out. September 20th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. No, I wish tomorrow. Day after tomorrow.
Yes.
The 20th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Is our next patron hangout, which is nothing more than just chatting with us. You get to actually talk to us.
Yes, right in the chat room.
Yep. Right. Well,
the chat room right in the hangout.
But, talk back and forth like we're on the phone or face to face.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So it's very cool.
And so if you are not a patron, please go over to our patron site and select at least the hangout reward, and you get other rewards besides that as well. And that way you can join in with us. We do it, like I said, it's coming up on September 20th. And we had a really good time. We've done 2 already, and they are a blast. And more and more people are getting involved. More and more people want to get into this. And the way that it goes is we have literally 9 slots in the hangout.
Yep.
That you can, the first 9 people that get invited can join right in.
9, including us.
Right. Well, actually, there's 10. So it is 9.
Well, there's 2. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're in one camera.
It takes me a second.
That's okay. So anyways, 9 people can join in with us. And we had almost all the slots full, and we had a couple left, and that's growing because a lot of geocachers will just come in and watch us live just like we're doing now.
Yeah.
And they can watch as well and do whatever they're doing. And a lot of them they're putting them up on their big screen TVs to sit around with.
We had a couple do through the chat room last time.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Which is fun.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and we encourage you to become a patron so you can come along and join in with us. All right, next, our September patron path tag design contest starts. And this
It's already started.
It started the beginning of September.
Yes.
If you go to any of our HeadHardHat production sites, or if you go to GeoSnippits.com, you will see a section in there that talks about the September patron path tag design. Now, what this is you go to GeoSnippits.com. There is a template that is just a circle with a smaller circle in it. That's an actual path tag template. You take that and you design what you think our patron path tag should be. And these are going to be extremely special because the only people that are going to get them is one, the patrons, and two, the person who actually designs the winning path tag. And you don't even have to be a patron for that. So just for me to be clear, anybody can get into this contest. You don't have to be a patron. If you have an artistic talent, some of the things that we want to really express with this is it needs to be family friendly. It needs to have some kind of reference to GeoSnippits and patrons, and not too detailed. You can get a lot of colors in there, but just remember the path tag.
Remember the size of the path tag.
The path tag's the size of a quarter.
Well, maybe.
No, it's actually, we measured it out because that's a big debate. It's actually the size of a quarter with a hole in it. So your design detail has to be readable when it shrinks down to the size of a quarter. So just keep that in mind. Anybody can get into this contest. Go to geosnippets.com.
No gradients either.
No gradients either. And click on the area that talks about the contest. Design your own path tag, and then you're going to send it in to us at gsreboot@gmail.com, and then we are going to put up on the website all the different entries. We already have a couple that are in. People started sending them in already. Get yours in. We're going to have a judging where we're going to get all of them down to the top 3 that we feel that are the best, and then you, fine folks, are going to actually vote onto who's going to be the winner. And so that's how that works. It goes to the end of to September 25th, which is that Thursday.
So you've got almost 20 days.
Yes, so you got a bunch of time yet, but don't wait too long. You got to the 25th to get your entries in. The following week, the following Thursday, is when we will announce the judging and go from there.
The winner will actually be revealed
on October 2nd.
October 2nd.
Right.
And the winner will receive a patron path tag
and a prize from the Cash Dash. Right.
And like he said, you don't have to be a patron if you are a winner, you don't have to be a patron to design it.
Right.
So if your design wins, whether you're a patron or not,
you get a path tag.
You'll get a path tag.
And if you are a patron and you do win, you get 2 path tags because we'll give you one for the judging and one because you're a patron.
Right.
So that's how that works. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. We're very excited to see what designs that you come up with it. Again, details at www.geosnippets.com. Check it out and get your entries in. We're dying to find out how you go with this. All right. So how can you watch this show? We got so much stuff going on, and it's, how do you contact the host? How do you talk to them? How do you see the show live? It's very simple. To watch the live feed and join us in the chat room, go to www.geosnippets.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have all our social media links. If you go to geosnippets.com and click on the social link area in the top menu, you have all the social medias that we deal with. Amy tends to do a lot of stuff on Facebook. I do a lot of stuff on Google+. We do Twitter. We do Pinterest. We do all sorts of things with YouTube. Please, 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 if there's one thing that you really want to do, actually 2 things. Get us in your Google+ circles, because that's where we get a lot of information from you fine folks when we talk about subjects about the show that we're going to have. And 2, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Why? It's very simple. Every time we do a podcast, every time we do a vlog, every time we do a GeoSnippets video, it immediately, after it's published, goes into your subscribe box, and you instantly have access to it. You don't have to go looking for it, and it's just an easier way for you to get all the goodness that we have from the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Finally, we have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, or suggestions by calling 919-341-9519, or you don't even have to bother with that or the service charges that you might have on your cell phone, especially for our friends who are international. All you have to do is go to geosnippets.com on the right side of the screen, click on the Send Voicemail tab. If you have any kind of recording device, your smartphone, your tablet, your laptop, your PC with a microphone, you get up to 3 minutes to say anything you want to do about geocaching, anything you want to say, milestones, things that you like about the show, comments about things that we talked about. There's so many different things. You send them along to us. It's absolutely free, and it's a great way for us to get information straight from you guys, because that's part of you being part of the show. It's free. Give it a try. Now, tonight we've got so much information we want to go into. We actually don't have any viewer feedback, but please don't let that stop you from sending more into us, because that way in next week's show and the following ones, we'll be able to give all that great information that we'd love to hear from you fine folks. Send that in to Amy so that she doesn't get sad, because she likes this part where she can actually talk about you as well.
And we all don't have to listen to Andy talk all the time.
Yay! It's good stuff. All right. Let's move on. Yummy, yummy, more coffee.
Yes, please.
All right. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by cache-advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-advance.com. Go find it. And also by
coinsandpins.com. The best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely. Moving on. Yee-haw! Yep. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 78. News break. Geocaching.com and Michelin Tires contest. That's right, boys and girls. Now, this is something, if you've been a geocacher at least since back to 2007, you're going to remember this. If you remember way back when in 2007, I actually started in 2008 when they had the Jeep Travel Bug Challenge. And basically what happened is Jeep had this huge promotion through Groundspeak. They got permission from Groundspeak, and they put out all these like Hot Wheel Jeeps with travel bug tags attached to them. Now, why this is special to me is when I first started geocaching, I actually found a couple of these. They're still running around. As far as I know, there's still some running around. But that goes all the way back to 2007. There was a big promotion. I'm not quite sure of all the details. There's an actual website that's called jeep.geocaching.com that still exists, that still shows all that information. And if you want to check it out, that's great. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this was a historic thing. This was one of the first times that I'm aware of where Groundspeak actually partnered with another company with a big name in geocaching to do this promotion. Well, guess what? After 2007, lightning strikes again. Now, I was approached from Groundspeak, and then I was approached by Michelin Tires to kind of help be a spokesman for this. There are other people that over the next week or so I'm sure are going to jump on the bandwagon with this too, because this is that big of a deal. Once again, they're doing this where Michelin Tires is coming out with a travel bug contest. Now, there's only certain things that we can say, and we can't give all the details, but we've got a lot. And we'll explain all of it. It will be perfectly clear by the time we're done.
Yep.
We'll give you places to check and information of which to pursue. So let's go over some of the things that we are allowed to say. And I'm pretty much easy to say this is pretty much exclusive. I haven't heard anybody else talk about this yet. This is how new it is. I literally talked to the main spokesperson at Michelin today about it.
Well, first let's give them a little background on Michelin.
Okay, go for it.
Michelin is 125 years old.
Yes.
And the global tire maker got its start when two brothers, Andre and Edouard, Michelin first realized that they could make traveling not just easier but better for all. That was in 1889.
Yep.
125 years later, Michelin wants to continue making traveling more enjoyable with a nationwide geocaching contest.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's called Michelin's Quest for Adventure. This anniversary geocaching contest is for all legal U.S. residents 18 and older.
Now, we apologize to our international viewers, but this is only for U.S. residents only.
Yeah. Now, the explanation that I was given for this, because you know me, I love you all across the planet.
Absolutely.
And you are part of our community. The problem that they have is literally the legalities that are involved with this, and they simply, at this time, to get it out, get the project out, and to actually do this, they were kind of forced to only be able to do U.S. citizens or U.S. States for this. There is a possibility that some other countries may be involved with this, but they are centering it on the U.S. for this one. Again, we're not apologizing. This is literally how the contest is going. So that's what all we can do is say for that.
Right.
Let's see.
The kickoff is September 8th, which is next
Monday. So September 8th is what you need for this. This is where everything starts. That's why we can only say so much that's involved with this. But it is, the prizes and everything are so cool. And we're going to slowly go over this. Now, Michelin has right now, and it was funny because when I was talking to the representative at Michelin, she was actually in a conference room with 2,000 pressure gauges that are made into trackables. So they literally bought 2,000 trackable tags for the people that understand how trackables work in travel bugs. And they've got these pressure gauges that they're shaped in the iconic Michelin Man form, the beloved icon from the tire maker who has been around for more than 115 years himself. And actually, if you ever get a chance to check out the history of the Michelin Man, because my family, believe it or not, actually was involved with this.
I believe that, being from Michigan.
Okay, so what happens is the Michelin Man has changed iconic form over the years. And part of some of my relatives, actually one of my relatives, was actually responsible for the more modern original Michelin Man. He actually was an artist and actually drew into that. So just a little side fact for when you get to play, your trivia games, if it ever comes up.
And that question will never be in there.
I know, but I get to talk. So that's part of how it is. So anyways, 2,000 of these Michelin Man pressure gauges are going to go out. They have 2,000 travel bug tags that they're literally right now attaching to all of them to get them ready for September 8th. And it's really cool. Now, the way that this is going to work is the contest itself is going to be photo-driven.
Yes.
So if you are a photographer, and even if you're not,
if you got a camera, you find a Michelin Man trackable,
yes,
and you share a creative photo of him that captures the spirit of adventure, you could win some cool prizes.
Yeah, some very cool prizes. Now, one of the things, how about this for a segue? All right?
Oh, and he gets to talk more.
I get to talk more. One of the things that you may or may not know is Sonny from Podcast Your Podcast has started a new online business. Okay?
Wow.
And what happens is, now Sonny, if you don't know, he's an avid photographer. He is a huge photographer. We have actually had him on different podcasts in the past. He's got an extensive knowledge, and he has an extensive knowledge in teaching as well.
Yep.
And so what they did is they just came out this week, a brand new online business called Pocket Lenses. And it's www.pocketlenses.com. I highly recommend you check them out on their website and on Facebook.
It's pretty cool.
Now, what's cool about this, and what I really like, and you're going, why are you talking about this? Because it deals with photography, photo contest, folks, for being creative. Hello. This is how this works really well. Sonny has all the experience for the entire range of cameras and how those work. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is everything that he is working with doesn't deal with the big fancy $1,000 DSLRs.
No. Just like a point and shoot.
Yeah, his whole thing of tutoring people on how to do photography is, and you know what they say, is that it's always the camera you have with you that's important.
Yeah.
So we're talking.
You leave the $2,000 camera at home.
When you go geocaching,
no good.
Yeah, when you go geocaching, unless you have a specific agenda of something you want to take a picture of, you actually go through, and what do you have? You have your smartphone.
Yep.
You have your point and shoots.
Yep.
You know, that's the angle that they work with this. It's to teach you how to do better composition, better focus, better creativity with your shots. Sonny's got a podcast now with Pocket Lenses that they just came out with. They've got the Facebook page, they've got the main web page, and they're going to have white papers, in other words, articles that you can read about photography and how to use your phone. And it's like, well, it's a smartphone. What do you need to do?
I think he's on Google Plus, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And you can go through and you say, well, what's the big deal? You point, you shoot, you got a picture. I'll guarantee if you have two people that take a picture, a person who is experienced with composition and how to read a story into a picture, and Joe Blow that goes out there and just goes, snap, yeah, I got it. Who's going to have the better picture?
Yeah.
And this is the type of thing that Pocket Lenses specialize. It teaches you how to become a better photographer with the cameras that you're used to. You don't need the big fancy ones as much because, granted, you're not going to go geocaching with a $2,000 camera. You're going to be out there with your smartphone. You're going to be out there with your point and shoots. And this is a way of giving you all the information that you need to do for learning how to use those types of cameras. So, again, pocketlenses.com. Check them out. Tell them HeadHardHat sent you, and we'll let them know because they asked us to say stuff, and I want to help Sonny. Yeah. I want to help them out.
They're such good people.
They're great people, and you know what? If it takes whatever kind of a boost to be a fellow podcaster and help out, I am here, and we are here to do that.
Share this with all your
friends, anybody,
friends, even friends that like to take pictures, but may or may not know how. So
yeah, I mean, come on, let's face it.
He can at least answer questions and that type of thing.
Yeah, so. I mean, geocaching and photography go together like peas and carrots. I mean, it just is.
You are so geeked out.
That was Forrest Gump as best I can do. So, anyways, it's a great thing, and why not learn a little bit better on how to do stuff? So, again, pocketlenses.com. Check them out. All right, back to the contest. This has got some really, really cool stuff. It's photo-based, and the way they're going to work they're going to take all your photos that you have. So you find a travel bug with the Michelin Man that is specialized for this contest. You take a picture with him and be as creative as you can. The 10 best photos will each win. Now, get this. I almost fell out of my chair when she told me this. Each of the 10 best photos will win a set of Michelin tires valued up to $1,000. That is some. If you got a truck, that's $250 a tire that you would win for free. You got a car, I don't know how many miles you can get on a $250 car tire, but I'm thinking it's at least 100,000 miles or more. So I'm thinking that's pretty darn.
I don't pay that much for my tires.
$1,000 worth of tires for your automobile. Holy smokes,
That's a couple of sets.
Yes, or something. The grand prize photo.
It's a set and a half. I don't know.
The grand prize photo will be you can win a trip for two to a major U.S. city for an experience of a lifetime.
I want to win that.
I know we can.
Oh.
At least I don't know if we can. We'll have to look. We're not part of the actual thing, but hey, we'll find out. Anyways, the winner. I could use $1,000 worth of tires. I'm telling you.
Yes, I saw mine today.
The winner will choose between a trip to New York City, Chicago, or San Francisco for a delicious evening with a Michelin star chef.
Woo!
Or a trip to Miami or Los Angeles to catch a thrilling Formula E race. Formula E is the brand new global electronic race car series coming out in 2015.
I want the chef. Cook me a meal, baby.
I'm like, Formula cars, let's go.
Yeah, have fun on your trip.
So needless to say, they have got some amazing prizes with this. And you're going to say, Andy, tell us, how do we do this? How are we going to do this? We got a lot of cool stuff to tell you. First thing you're going to want to do, and Amy, maybe you should put this in the chat room, and I'll just say this out for the people in the podcast. Bookmark the following URL, Michelin.geocaching.com. Again, Michelin, MICHELIN.geocaching.com. Be sure to get the one limited Michelin Man trackable before they are gone. Now, this is how this goes. We are going to get X amount of these trackables because we are a podcast and we have communication with geocachers around the planet and even, yes, around the United States. I was waiting to see if she'd pick off on that. Anyways, so we have a great way of communicating through you guys. And we want to be able to get you folks to spread the trackables. So this is how it works. Say, for example, they give us, and it's not just us, a lot of other people are going to get involved with this, but I'm talking from our experience of what our influence is with this. Say, for example, they give us a dozen trackables. All right?
We don't know how many we're getting. So.
We don't know the full amount of how many we're getting, but I'm just going to give you a rough idea how this is going to work. We are going to, because this contest, and this is the other thing, this whole contest goes till the end of the year. So this isn't going to be a rush. We have to get my picture taken in the next 2 weeks or else I'm out. It's nothing like that. You've got time to find these trackables.
You got lots of time.
Right. This goes literally to the end of the year. And what will happen is we are going to pull out every couple of weeks a couple of trackables, and we are going to give them out to you fine folks. So in other words, you are going to email to us at gsreboot@gmail.com if you are interested in us sending you a trackable. We will get a compiled list of those people, and then every week, as long as they last, we will give 1 or 2 trackables out. We will mail them to you, and then you can have your creative picture taken with the trackable, and then you're going to do what you do with trackables.
Send them out into the wild.
Send them into the wild and put them into a geocache and have
free.
them go.
Right when you get work.
Something like that.
That's what I tell the dog.
So that's what you do. You go through and you get your picture. It'll have on the trackable itself. It will have all the information on what you need to do to send your photo in, and all the interesting information that goes with the contest. And then you send it out into the wild, and away they go. We will do that until they run out, and then go from there. Again, you want Michelin.geocaching.com.
I'll put it in the chat room.
And go that way. And also, there's other ways of tracking this. Besides their main website, you can tag them on Twitter and actually, it's the same thing for Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. For Twitter, it's at Michelin USA.
The little @ sign.
Yes, @ Michelin USA, one word. It's Michelin USA for Facebook and for Instagram. And also they'll be using the handle at Michelin Media on Twitter. So that's MICHELINMEDIA for Twitter as well. So Michelin USA, Michelin Media, and they will be wanting to hear your thoughts and as far as getting involved with this as well. Again, all this starts on September 8th on Monday. We are going to get this. They're sending other goodies. Okay, let me tell you some things with that as well.
Are you allowed?
I am allowed for this part.
Okay, don't be telling stuff you ain't supposed to be telling.
I know. They are actually going to be sending more goodies for us to give to you guys. So just keep that in mind.
Oh,
We got a
that's
lot of stuff.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a great thing. And come on, $1,000 worth of tires. Man, I will be clicking some pictures.
I could totally use that.
All right. So that's it. That's the big news. That's the breaking news. As far as I'm concerned, this is darn right historic. This hasn't happened since 2007 that Groundspeak's given permission for Michelin tires to come out and do this. And I am very, very excited about it. Just to be a part of this.
People already want their tags.
They want their tags. I know it. So we are going to be doing that. Next week, we will start taking names for people that want their tags. Again, we only get X amount. We are going to pull them out randomly each week and give them out a couple each week, and away you go. Until they're gone, and go from there. Wow, I can't wait.
I know you can't. You are so geeked you can't even stand yourself.
This is great. I love being a part of this. So, yeah, keep your eyes out there. We are going to be talking more about this on the podcast. It'll be out on my blog. We're going to actually make a vlog that deals with this, and you're going to see a lot of the other podcasters and videocasters out in the world also doing this as well. So,
and I am sure that he will be talking about this until the end of time.
This is going to be great. So, yeah, we're excited, and it's going to be great. Keep tuned.
His little head is about to explode.
Keep tuned. It's coming. We got more
Between
stuff.
the coffee and this.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, folks. Moving on.
You know which music you're supposed to do?
I think I'm going to do this one.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Yes, we do.
And thank goodness his coffee is gone.
Nothing like, you know, when you drink coffee, and especially out of a large mug, and it sits for a while, and then you get that last couple of mouthfuls that are cold and yucky.
I'm just pretty happy it's coffee.
But it's caffeine, and I'm excited. It's great. All right, let's move on. Patreon campaign. Yes, we're going to give you the Reader's Digest version.
No, you're not. Nothing tonight from you has been Reader's Digest.
I try. It's good stuff.
You're geeked.
I am geeked. It's extremely geeked. We love Michelin. All right.
That's so funny.
Okay. The Patreon campaign. All seriousness, folks, we need money. I can't put it any more plain than that.
That's a little too Reader's Digest.
Okay, we have bills when it comes to the show. I'm not talking about home bills. That's fine. We have bills for the show. We have bills for things like, and if you listen to Static J by going to our websites and clicking on the little 2-minute thing that he has about it, which really explains this stuff, we have things like hosting for our websites. We have things like hosting for where we store all our podcasts and videocasts. Mm-hmm. We have everything from all the internal stuff that we do that deals with money, from Evernote to Dropbox to all the other things that we do. That's all adds up to money. And a lot of it we do on daily or monthly bills. Other ones come at the end of the year. The reason why we're doing this is it's September now, which means we are heading towards the end of the year when all the big bills come in.
Everybody likes their money.
They love our money, and we want to keep the show going. So that's what that is.
And all this stuff.
And all this stuff. Now, we don't even, let's put it this way. We have been sitting on broken chairs for months. Now, I've been unemployed until the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. We need new equipment. Now, it doesn't mean all this stuff needs to be replaced, but we'd like to have chairs that don't sink 6 inches every time you sit in them. Oops. So just click left. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's what
I'm backhanded with this one.
So that's what it is.
Sorry.
We don't have a lot of equipment that we need to replace, but when something breaks, we need to replace it. It could be a mic, it could be a chair, it could be whatever. We need money for that as well, and it all adds up. So the Patreon program is a great way for you fine folks to help support us, and we have a growing list of patrons, and we thank you literally from the bottom of our heart, because all you have to do is give $1 a month or $1 a week, You can do monthly payments through PayPal through Patron. You can have all these different ways, and the cool thing is you get great rewards. And I won't go through everything, but top down, basically what happens is you for $52, you get the path tag reward, which also includes, if you do $26, you get the hangout.
That hangout I was talking about earlier on the 20th that's going to happen, you can get that.
You can get that reward. If you do $12 a month, you get our pre-show podcast that comes through. And if you give any amount, you automatically become a patron forever. So when we do contests, there seems to be, every time we do a contest, the patrons kind of get a little extra edge. We do that because we need the money, but it also gives you an incentive to become a patron. You get all of those. So the more you pay, the more rewards you get, the more cool things you get, and the more options you get for winning prizes. So it's a great thing. And overall, you help us keep the show going. So that's why we do the patron program. Again, you can do PayPal through them. You can just use PayPal. It doesn't matter. We're set up for both. If you go to our websites and click on the Patreon logo, or go to www.patreon.com/HeadHardHat. Either way, it takes you there and gives you all the information. Make your final choice on that. We greatly appreciate whatever you can donate. And again, you can donate literally $1 a week.
And none of that money goes to our household bills.
No, that it's all everything goes to the show.
Every dime goes to the show.
Because if you think of it, it could be something as simple as mailing out the prizes.
Yes.
I mean, that type of thing. It all adds up. All right, well, enough of that. Thank you so much for being a patron if you are already, and if you aren't, why not become a patron? We greatly do appreciate it. All right, let's move on. All right, it's time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cash Dash. I love this because we get to give away more goodies for you fine folks, and it's actually very frustrating to us. Because... Well,
not this time partially.
No, but I mean, it's one of those things where...
Half of this time.
A lot of the time we give out stuff to you.
Every other time.
And we don't get it.
No.
It goes
I ask every time, and he still says no.
I know it. And I'm thinking the same thing. Wow, that would be really great. No. It's a prize. Sorry.
He's stronger than me.
Yes. So anyways, each week, this is how this works. Geocaching companies, we have some of the best in the world, literally, that want to let you fine folks know about their products. So what they do is they donate those products to us, and we turn them around and give them to you as prizes. It's as simple as that. Each week we have a question, and we ask you that. You send in your answers, and then we have a drawing that goes out and identifies who's going to win the prize for that week. Very, very cool. For example...
Pretty easy.
It's pretty easy, and again, like I say, you can't win if you don't play.
Got to be in it to win it.
That's right. Question for episode 77. Last week, let's tell about the prize.
Okay, from coinsandpens.com, it was the...
Yes, we both want this.
7 souvenirs of August GeoCoin.
Yes, this is from coinsandpens.com. From what I understand, they are again out of stock.
Oh, my gosh.
I am not kidding. This is the one that we have to give away. This is the 7 souvenirs that they sell. I heard they're going to try to get some more in, but they are selling like hotcakes, and they are once again out of stock. But some lucky winner tonight is going to win this coin. That's why you want to get involved. I do too. That's why you want to get involved with the Cash Dash, so that you can get your hands on these kind of goodies.
Some of the stuff that we want.
Yes, I think we've made that pretty apparent.
I want that.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
I won't cry.
Okay, so the question for episode 77 is what?
Of the 7 souvenirs of August badges, what color is the socializer souvenir?
The socializer souvenir.
Yes.
And what was the answer?
Orange.
Orange is correct. So for all the people, and there were a lot of you.
So you answered it correctly. That's good.
Thank you, because that's what I found out. Okay, so out of all the people, the way this works is, as I bring up my tablet, is I have what is known as a random number generator.
It's random.
It's random, and what it is it has a number between 1 and the total number of answers that were correct that came in. And so what I do is I press the random number button, and it gives me a number. And
800.
I don't think so. If we have 500, that wouldn't work too well.
He hates it when I do this.
I know it. So what we also have is a list of all the correct emails that we have in here. So say, for example, the number that comes up is 4. No, it's not 4. If Amy, who has the magic geocoin, is going to flip it, if it comes up heads, we will count down 4. Wow. We had the coffee? We count down 4 from the top, and that's our winner. If it's from the bottom, if she gets tails, we will count 4 up from the bottom. So that's how it is. Miss Amy, are we coming from the top of the list or from the bottom of the list?
It is heads.
Okay, from the top of the list, which is great because I don't have to count as much that way. All right.
It is convenient for you, then that's what's important.
All right. That one was easy because it wasn't 4, but it was a smaller number. Okay. So that was easy to do. We have the winner. And our winner is, and I'm going to mark it here so it goes, is Krista Walks. Krista Walks. So I don't want my Michigan accent to come in. It's Krista, W-A-L-K-S, Walks.
Krista Walks.
Yes. You are our winner, and
so
you
if you're Southern,
won.
you can understand me.
Right. You won that amazing 7 Souvenirs of August geocoin. Congratulations. That was really cool. Mm-hmm. Now, you're going, well, wait a minute. That was good stuff. Wait a minute. How do I get into this? How do I get that great, swag and booty and cool prizes and things that you give away like last week where we gave
Did you just say booty?
Well, yeah, as in
like
pirates.
A pirate?
Yeah. It's treasure, baby. So it's great stuff.
Said that. That's hilarious.
How do I do this? To be eligible to win a prize from the Cash Stash, all you have to do for episode 78, which is tonight, is one, you have to answer the question correctly, and the questions must be answered and sent in to us by 12 noon Eastern Time, September 10th, which is next Wednesday. And get your answers in for tonight's show in by September 10th. Email them to GSReboot, that's GSREBOOT @gmail.com. In the subject line, put Q1 for question 1 and episode 78 for tonight's episode. That way you don't get confused with any of the other episodes. All correct answers are put into
like others that we know from the UK.
Don't get me started. All correct answers will be put into a drawing, just like you just saw. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, and we got a ton in there tonight, we have a second prize that we give away right then, right now, live on the show. Sorry, folks, we're not going to do it tonight. We gave so many prizes away last week.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to give a break.
That's half the show.
We're going to give a break on that one, but we do give a prize away at least once a month for the live audience. So that kind of gives you an incentive to come in and watch us live and enjoy it that way. So, Miss Amy, if you would, let's talk about the prize for episode 78 for tonight.
That great T-shirt from
yeah.
Striza from the Dirtbag Geocaching Society.
Yes. Now, if you are not familiar with the Dirtbags,
they're awesome guys.
This is mine. I am an honorary Dirtbag. Can you see okay? Because I can't see.
Yes.
Okay. This is representative.
Up just a little bit.
This is a representative of the T-shirt that you are going to win. Striza, who is one of the founding members of the the Dirtbag Geocaching Society, the DGS, he actually contacted me and said, "Hey, Andy, would you mind giving away a T-shirt on the show?" And I said, "Oh yeah, are you kidding? We love these things." So he is going to actually send to whoever the winner is. The correct size T-shirt so that they actually get a fresh new one. That one's actually mine.
You don't want that.
I am an honorary member of the Dirtbag Geocaching Society, and they are just a great group of guys. They really are, and they go out of their way to make geocaching as fun and interesting and quality that you can be. And they tend to be kind of the bad boys of geocaching. Is the persona that they give, but they're really hearts of golden teddy bears. They're great guys. And it's a great group to be in. So it's a real cool T-shirt. That is the prize for tonight. What is the question, Miss Amy?
All right. The question is real easy. Even I've got this one.
Okay.
What does GPSR stand for?
One more time for the nice people like me who are slow.
Oh, please. What does GPSR stand for?
All right. Send in your answers. gsreboot@gmail.com, episode 78, question 1. Get them in, and we will see who gets to win a brand spanking new Dirtbag Geocaching Society t-shirt. They are cool. They are rocking.
They really are.
All right. Good stuff. All right, folks.
And a thwacker.
And a thwacker? That's good. Let's...
He's like...
We won't get into the thwackers. We'll talk about that some other time.
Again.
Let's move on. Wow. Well, we want to, ask you fine folks, what did you think of the show? What would you like to see in GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast? We do tutorials. We do all sorts of interesting conversations. We bring on interesting guests. And we have a lot of fun doing it, but we love hearing the ideas from you instead of us guessing what you want. So we ask you fine folks, please send in to us at gsreboot@gmail.com. Go through our social networks.
Easy for you to say.
Let us know what it is, and we'd love to hear from you so that we can get it on the show. We did put out at the very end of the broadcast in our video last week that we asked for this. We would like to have some showcase geocachers, which are you fine folks.
Oh, yes, we did.
To come in on our show. And I thought nobody's going to hear this because it's at the end of the video. It's after the podcast.
You were wrong.
We had a bunch of people already volunteering that want to be guests on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. So we're going to have a geocacher spotlight on them. And it's going to be as simple as just talking about, hey, what do you do for geocaching? What do you like about geocaching? And have you on the show with us so that we can get perspectives from people all around the world and all of us to be able to get that kind of information. I think it's going to be a riot.
And hopefully he won't be geeked out to where he's like, blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
well,
that's how it goes. So if you are interested on being a spotlight geocacher, send in to gsreboot@gmail.com and just put in Spotlight Geocacher and just send us your alias and that you're interested in being on the show. So that way we can contact you and book in, and we'll just do this from now on and just have it where it's available.
Really good idea.
And then that way every once in a while we'll have geocachers in to get, because I love hearing perspectives of other geocachers, especially geocachers not only all across the United States but in other countries as well.
Yeah, maybe like once a month or something.
That's one of the cool things, and just as a side note with the Hangouts that we do. We have people from all around the world that come in, and we're getting this information, and it's awesome. So
we get to find out what they have and what they don't have,
right,
and stuff like that.
And learn the differences. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So if you want to be a spotlight in the geocacher frame of mind, let us know that you want to be on the show. And it's real easy, and we'll give you all the instructions on what you need to do. It's super easy, and we'd love to hear your insights about geocaching. So please tell us and tell all the geocachers, especially ones that you know that may want to be on the show, that may or may not be listening to the podcast. It's a great way to introduce it to them as well. So cool stuff. Also,
oh, God, you scared me.
Sorry about that. I scared myself. Also, we encourage you again to become a patron. Thank you. We're dignified. What can I say? Become a patron. Help us out with the show and be a supporter. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And also, again, tell other geocachers about our show, especially new geocachers, because we tend to do a lot of tutorial type things. But, again, we have goofy discussions like this. Good stuff. Hey, she works cheap. That's what's great.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Miss Amy, would you like to close out the show and say thank you?
Do my best. I want to thank all of our sponsors, cash-advance.com and coinsadvance.com. You want to quit moving the page? I don't know if I want to thank him or not, but thanks to Andy HeadHardHat Smith. Thanks to...
And no liquor was involved in this podcast.
Thanks to everyone watching and the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in, and we'll see y'all next time.
I want to say a special thank you to wife Amy, who just gave me arm Tourette's. And we will see you fine folks next week. No more coffee. See you next week on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on another spine-tingling, prize-pack-filled show of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Next week, we are going to be talking about basically, it's going to be tutorial-based, and we're going to be talking about how to do location for finding ground zero and the different techniques that are involved with that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We look forward to seeing you next week. And again, like we say out of the GeoSnippets studios, see you out on the trail, folks. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website's Send Voicemail tab. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2014 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. Wow!
I couldn't look at you because I'd start laughing again.
Okay, rule number one. Before you do a podcast, don't drink a double shot of coffee.
Oh, my God, man.
I was excited. This was so cool. Such great information.
I know you were excited, but holy cow.
You don't understand. This hasn't happened since 2007.
I understand.
7 years ago. And we get to be put right into the middle and help be the spokespeople for Michelin tires.
As well.
Wow.
But holy cow.
So you know what this means? I'm going to be halfway in the middle of producing the show for the post-production and crash right on my desk.
Good. I'll get to sleep the whole night. Me and Emily.
Wow, that was a lot of fun.
That's
And
the dog.
we hope that you have a good time, folks, and had a great time with all of cool information of the show. We love having you here, and just thank you. Thank you so much for everything you do. Had a lot of fun stuff in the chat room once again, and we had some new names and new faces, so welcome, welcome, welcome. We greatly appreciate you coming on by.
You may have a request. Another request.
What kind of request do we got?
To be on the show.
Oh, please do. If you want to be on the show, let us know. Basically what it is we have this Google Hangout that we do.
I told them to email you.
Excellent.
They said, okay, thank you, good night.
Excellent. And so basically what it is, it's just like we do the Hangouts. You have a Google Plus account, and you have your video camera, your microphone, and some earbuds. And that's it. And so what'll happen is we invite you into the show, and you see the little squares at the bottom of the picture that shows the different individual people there, and you're on. And we just talk about geocaching. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be fun spotlighting geocachers from around the planet. So, anyways, with that being said, more information next week about the Michelin Tires contest, and good luck to everybody.
Be sure to check out that website.
Yeah, check out that website on Monday. It all starts the 8th, and you get this exclusive preview from us. Everybody else is going to be blabbing about it. You know it is, because it's that huge over the next week or two, but I think we got to get it out first. So, nanner. Love doing it. And we will see you fine folks next week. We're going to be ending the broadcast. Be safe out there. We want you back here on the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Have a great night, folks. See you next week. Bye-bye.